So if you're not a student of the Ascended Master teachings, you might want to click off, because I realize that the concepts and the things that I'm talking about moving forward, or at least in this video alone, can be really hard to grasp if you don't have an understanding and the vocabulary and the non-linear way to kind of grasp these things, if that makes any sense. So with that being said, we just had a conference, the Ascended Master conference in, where were we at? We were in Kazakhstan. Okay. And there was a lot there for me to unpack personally. I've been kind of navigating this birth trauma, primal self stuff for a while. And I've hit a different layer with it, which is really good, because it means I'm that closer to being free from it and the hold and the grasp that it has over me. And you can't really let go of something until you've seen it from all different angles, because if you haven't seen it, you can't let it go, because it's kind of like this metaphor for kind of the times that we're in. Darkness was always happening. Like, narcissistic, psychopathic leaders have always been here, right? Ruling certain aspects of government and, in capitalism and all these things. And there's always been a pedophile ring and, the Jeffrey Epsteins of the world, but we just didn't know. It wasn't like in your face, right? And because of all the light that's increasing on the planet, because we are ready for it, and the Ascended Masters are dumping light onto this planet, and therefore when the light increases, the shadows go away, right? You can see things for what they are instead of them being cloaked in darkness. And it's revealing what is and what always has been. And then when we can see with our own two eyes what is there, we get to decide, do we want to continue to experience this, or do we want more than this? Do I want more of this, or do I want more than this? Very two simple realities, okay? And so a lot of us are given that option. And so once we are able to see things, we get to decide, I think I want to transcend this. I think I want more than this. And I'm at this point and I guess coming out of this immersion phase where I am no longer accepting that something out there is controlling in here. I'm taking more and more agency, more and more governance over my own being, and taking more of my power back, you could say. And speaking of power, it's really interesting how when we're in this immersion phase, we can, surrender our will to something outside of us, as if that's ever possible, really. I mean, it is when you exist in duality, but it's just something that I've been dealing with for a while, and it always manifests as some kind of condition in your life, some type of perception filter that you have, okay? And it's colored for me, and for a lot of us, by this original birth trauma, and then the filter of the primal self and everything thereafter, because you can't actually let go and qualify for your ascension until you resolve the very thing that you first experienced, and everything that was colored from thereafter. And for a lot of us, for most of us, for all of us, for all of the avatars that embodied on planet Earth, we were targeted, we were exposed, we were traumatized, we were victimized, we were subjected to horrific experiences that would trigger us in a very unique and specific and specialized way, depending on the motivations of why you came here. because basically they like can figure out what makes you tick the most and then just go after that to the nth degree until you are completely destroyed almost in every way possible, psychologically, emotionally, physically, mentally, everything. Psychologically, I mean, that encompasses all of it. And so that's why your triggers are your deepest teachers, because I'm like kind of being suffocated by my own air because I sprayed myself with my perfume stuff and I'm like suffocating in here without circulation. Hold on. Why are we? What's happening? So, yeah, your triggers are your deepest teachers. And it's so important to go past this lifetime. And it's so funny because I'm like talking to you on my YouTube channel, knowing damn well that most of you are not students of the teaching. So it's fine. I'm talking however I'm talking, and you can do with it whatever you do with it. It's fine. And so when we experience such horrific trauma, we create mechanisms, defense mechanisms inside of ourselves, like separate selves or any kind of mechanism, program that wants to keep us running far the F away from the trigger, from the trauma, from the pain. And that will only keep you trapped and stuck and kind of giving you the same results. Doing the same thing, expecting different results is insanity, right? And so, but you have these programs that you don't want to see or look at that were created for that very reason, to protect you and to keep you running away, to keep you safe, right? Psychologically safe, to keep itself safe. So it wants you to run the F away. Don't look, don't run, hide, and run far away from this thing. As soon as you're triggered, don't look at it, don't look at it, don't look at it. Or just rinse and repeat the same defense scripts, like, oh, having some type of power issue or inferiority, superiority dynamic get triggered and activated. And so you create these same scripts of anger and wanting to fight against, or having rage or disgust or disdain or whatever emotions come with trying to cope and psychologically deal with whatever this trigger brings up, because it's triggering that. It's triggering these same dynamics that you remember, that you can't totally identify because it was so mother effing long ago. But needless to say, it's like this monstrous, it feels like this monstrous thing once it's triggered, that depending on how big it feels in the moment, it's like you can't see the forest from the trees, And so, for me, it's really interesting to see the dynamics that trigger me, and how this kind of like obsession around, around like feeling like I'm in control of my own being, and that I'm not being controlled by another through manipulation or coercion, and like those classic Darvo tactics, narcissistic abuse, like something I'm very hypersensitive to. And hyper aware of. And again, the inferiority superiority dynamics of being in this constant power struggle. And so I still have this self that's connected to my primal self from my birth trauma that is hyper vigilant in some aspects, still not as much as it used to be, because I can actually talk to you about it. And like before, I couldn't even talk about it. It was like this big amorphous thing that it was like wrapped up in shame and fear and, oh my God, what's coming to get me? I don't feel that way anymore. But it's around this dynamic, this tango of like, if I feel like what's coming to me is like this birth trauma obviously occurred with some being, some fallen being that was stupid as hell, arrogant and stupid, but really clever and vindictive and manipulative. And clearly, I must have been either made to feel like I had gravely messed up or succumbed to the stupidity. And so then I internalized that I was stupid for even believing the lies of this being. And then, like, for lifetimes and lifetimes after that, being hyper conscious and feeling like I have to play some psychological chess game to make sure that I'm not losing my power, or I'm not I'm not giving my power away to this being by playing the game. But I'm still playing a game because I'm always a step ahead, and I'm not giving my power and energy away, but still psychologically playing along into the game because I'm still looking at them as if they are that being. If that makes any sense. It's like this phantom. It follows you. It's like this original trauma. And you can apply this if you don't fucking get what I'm saying, but you're hanging with me. Obviously, you have enough conscious awareness to even apply this to your regular life. If you don't want to accept or believe that you're an avatar, that's fine. Who gives a shit? It's universal. So imagine it's this amorphous, like, this original trauma that then haunts you for the rest of your mother effing life, and appears in your relationship with your daddy and your baby daddy and your boyfriend and all these things. It's like it carries because you haven't seen it, and so it just hops from one effort to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, until for some of us it gets worse and worse and worse until you see it. And then there's this like aha moment, because the more blind and ignorant you are to yourself, and that's not meant to sound derogatory, it's just like the more closed off you are, the louder the knocks become, because that's what we're in. The school of hard knocks is Earth. Hello. But the more open you are, the more subtle things are, and things don't have to be so loud because you're not running from anything. You're willing to look. And so that's why the only way you actually heal anything is if you go straight into the trauma. You got to go straight into it. You can't be running. You can't be doing that, you know? I mean, you can do whatever you very well please, but it's like, do you want to have more experiences like that? Do you want to keep getting in car accidents, for example? Or do you want to keep like feeling like pulled by the same stimuli? Because then you're just like a bull with a nose ring getting pulled by whoever the F walks around that even remotely symbolizes or reminds you of the trauma. Like, first of all, I ain't no damn bull to be pulled around. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to be just like this emotional, like, what is this imagery? It's like an emotional Teletubby in the field of briar. Like, first of all, that sounds awful. That sounds like a perpetual victim to me. And it sounds like a constant, like, torture chamber that is self-induced, by the way. Because the reality is, life is what it is. Earth is what it is. And until we can rise and really look into our own psychology and transcend these things, we will continue to have the same experiences that we don't actually want to have, but something wants us to keep having it. And that something is those mechanisms, those defense mechanisms, those programs, those programs that want to continue serving a purpose. Because you're feeding some type of energy into those mechanisms, into those programs, into those separate selves that are living through you. You created them, and yet they are now running the show when those triggers happen. It's like Frankenstein. You created a monster, and now you're being ran by the monster. But guess who created the thing and who can uncreate it? You. But you have to be able to see why you created it. What is the root? Look at it from every angle. It may take some time. Be patient. Damn it. And it will dissolve itself. And those things will no longer have an effect on you. I mean, the fact that you're even here watching this video, you've already came from one state of consciousness to be able to get you to this state of consciousness, and everything in between that you had to resolve, all these beliefs that you held deep within yourself of who you thought you were and what you were here to do and what you're here for and who has dominion over you or not. And the reality is like nothing has the power to affect you on the inside. No one has dominion over this. And I think I must have gotten so deeply effed up in my birth trauma that I felt like I let something into me. Whether I did or I didn't, it's not here now. But yet my psyche is still on high alert as if it is. That I let something into me to take control over me. Whether it was a spirit, a demon, a discarnate, a fallen being, or just a belief. I gotta get going. I gotta go to work. But it's not here anymore. And I use the light. I call in the light of the Ascended Masters to transform that energy so that I can see clearly. And I keep invoking light, not because I need anything to save me. I need to save myself, but I need to be able to see it clearly. And so when I invoke light, I'm requalifying the misqualified energy that was once this thing, right? This stagnant freaking mechanism that was feeding off all of this negative energy that it would produce, like the fear, the anger, the resentment, the need to fight back, the need to defend, the need to be hypervigilant. And I'm asking for divine authority to come in and to help me be more, to help me see this thing and let it go so that they can freaking, not my will, but thine be done, homie. Like, what's the other phrase? It's like, be it unto me according to your will. It's something else. It's what it, oh my God. It's all those Bible sayings. What are they? It's the things that Jesus said. I never read the Bible, but anyways, I keep hearing these phrases because they're in the teachings, because they're pearls of wisdom. So anyways, they were repeated a lot in the conference, in every conference, because they're timeless. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. You've got this. We're all in this boat together, rising higher and higher and higher, and the light is increasing. And these conditions that we no longer accept are resolving themselves. And it doesn't happen overnight, but it's happening. So, eye on the prize, homie. We got this. Take care, bye.